is turning a little to his left. No question about it, driving accuracy going to be a big factor in a major championship. And here's a good, solid tee shot to get things started.
Well, this opening round, Frank, always a lot of butterflies, I would guess, for the players. Not to mention, a lot of them are trying to get adjusted to the time change. Look, you played in this championship 10 times, made the cut in 9 of those years. So what was your secret for getting through to the weekend?
I didn't even know that stat, Rich. I think you just keep putting one foot in front of the other. You can't afford to get ahead of yourself. The Open Championship brings, windy conditions, and it's crazy that you can tee off at 4 o'clock in the afternoon with everybody teeing off the first hole. So I'm not going to say expect the unexpected. We all know that, but really it's just don't get ahead of yourself. And bad breaks are part of playing in an Open Championship. It is a bounce and roll game. Remember that. So sometimes something hits straight at the flag is going to finish 30 or 40 feet away. If you're prepared for that before you even tee off, then it doesn't come as a surprise. And then, hopefully, just try and be the last man standing.
Trying to get the round off to a good start. Frank, we're at the second hole, and what's ahead?
Well, the ideal tee shot just a little over that gorse bush in front of you, which is down the right side. That's the best angle in. But it also brings in a little bit of trouble. But if that pin is anywhere towards the middle of this double green, then really you want to be coming in from the right side.
Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notah Begay III.
143 yards left to the hole. Ball sitting in the left rough, but has created a good angle to the hole cut on the right side.
Really nothing wrong with that approach shot. Just a little shy of where you'd like to finish up, but still, one good putt, maybe a birdie.
Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And he'll get into red figures at 1 under, just 2 shots back.
At the third hole now, Frank, it looks relatively easy, but there's some danger lurking somewhere out there on the old course.
There is. There's the pot bunkers down the right side. This is a tee where really you want to have an idea where that wind is coming from. If it's into your face, you might want to be a little cautious and go towards the middle of the golf course. But if it's behind you, well, then it's worth challenging that right side.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. So a big drive, and not much needed to carry here for his second. Okay, that's acceptable there.
He'll have 17 feet on this putt. That didn't need much more, but it does come up just about a foot short.
So that safely in. It's a par here at the third. And he'll remain in red figures at 1 under.
Frank, now at the fourth hole.
Yeah, long par 4. 2 choices, whether you're game enough to drive it down the right or down the left, which is a much wider piece of fairway. Nothing wrong with that one.
A nice round number here, an even 100 yards coming up for his second.
Good chance at one.
Could have just done with a little bit more for breakfast. Just a little short. Maybe I'm being harsh. It was a good shot.
Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. And he'll move to within 2 shots of the lead at 2 under par.
Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but you're going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
That is a really good shot on him, too, on this par 5, but the work's not done yet.
I'm a tough taskmaster. If he makes the putt, or at least gets down in 2, then I'm going to congratulate him on this hole.
Yeah, from that far away, anything inside of 5 feet is pretty darn good. Yeah, there's another one. Back-to-back birdies here at 4 and 5. And he'll move to 3 under here, just 1 shot off the lead. Here we are now at the 374-yard par 4-6. It's a blind tee shot over a mound. The key here, avoiding the coffin bunkers on the left and a series of bunkers on the right. And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. Going to leave some work, but it'll end up okay. That one just going to sneak on by. Okay, safely in for his par. And he'll stay at -3. Heading now to the 359-yard par 4-7. Accuracy off the tee is critical. Best line is a little left of the flag on the 11th green. Biggest issue here is avoiding the shell bunker short of the putting surface.
Now that was 50-50 off the tee. Rough, fairway, I guess it was more than 50-50. Fairway's fine.
Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. Look here at birdie.
And this has a pretty clear right to left break to it. Players got to recognize the speed. This is one that guys leave short quite a bit.
Never got it to the hole. He'll finish that one off with no problem. It's in for par. And he'll stay right where he is. Frank, now at the par 3 8th, and how challenging is this hole?
Well, it's called short on the scorecard, but massive green. The problem here is trying to hit it close. A lot of little subtle breaks and undulations in this green, and often you see long, long birdie putts here.
Okay, just a little right of the flag on the front portion of this green, and a birdie putt coming up. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll remain right where he is. Frank, the old course all about avoiding the pot bunkers. They're so nasty. This is a good example here, the 9th hole.
Yeah, the pot bunkers really to be avoided are the ones in the middle of the fairway, but there are some that sneak in on the left side, plus that gorse on the left. If you can carry that last one, which is called the end hole, then there's a chance to perhaps drive this green.
All right, in the fairway. Absolutely can do no wrong. Dialed in, and that is an eagle, and this is a spectacular round of golf. Starting off the backside here at St. Andrews with the 340-yard par 4 10th, named in honor of the great Bobby Jones, 1927 Open champion and 1930 amateur champion. Right center off the tee, ideal here. The fairway narrows around 280 yards, but the green is drivable. This one starting a little left off the tee.
Ball's back in the fairway. I guess it's better to be lucky than good.
So can he capitalize on the break here? His second from the short grass. Okay, not too bad there. Chance now for another birdie. Yes, rolls it right in. A birdie here at 10. Frank, number 11, the Eden, is really one of the more fascinating holes in all of golf.
Yeah, the two bunkers that the players normally worry about, Strath bunker in the front and the Hill bunker to the left. What makes those two bunkers so difficult is the steepness of the faces in them.
Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. Line may have been a little more sunken in than we had thought, but all in all, not a bad shot out of the bunker. Didn't trust the read there, and that's going to cost him. Okay, this par 3 shows its teeth. It is a double bogey. And that's going to drop him back to 4 under par. Here we are now at one of the very best short par 4s in golf. 316-yard 12. Hidden bunkers lurking all over the fairway. So the safe move is to go with a long iron down the left side, leaving a short approach. Well, that's on a pretty good line so far. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Tell you what, lag putting, such an underrated part of the game, and that is well done there. Nothing to it. It's a birdie here at 12. And he'll move to within a shot of the lead at 5 under par. We arrive now at the challenging 418-yard par 4 13th. Tee shot has to avoid those coffin bunkers, and the approach should be aimed at the middle of this massive double green. And that one not quite able to hang on. It's into the bunker. This one's looking good.
Oh, that shot took some guile, nerves, confidence to hit it out of that fairway bunker. And inside 10 feet. That's as good as anyone on the PGA Tour.
Nicely done. 2 straight birdies here early on this backside. Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the 4th hole. The 4th hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So that means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option.
And that one looked good for a while, but it's going to get gobbled up by that bunker. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5. Frank got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot. Oh, huge mistake. That's motored on by.
Maybe not what you're hoping for from that number, but no damage. It's on the green. Now this for another birdie. Oh, that nearly went in. That's a touch of class right there. Very good effort. No issues there. Frank, the 15th here at the Old Course, just a classic example of links golf, where you might be aiming for something that isn't even on the golf course.
Exactly. There's a nice line there in between the 2 humps that you can see in front of you off the tee. If you keep looking down, you'll see the church steeple. That's the perfect line for the tee shot. Got to be careful with the second shot coming up. You see the 16th tee and out of bounds to the right of this green, and that little pot bunker that protects the front.
Oh, a miss there. That is way right. Oh, and that one nosedives right into the thick stuff. That could be problematic, to say the least. Second shot straight ahead, and we go to Iona Stephen.
And this is a crafty hole. If you don't manage to thread the needle, keep the ball on the fairway, you end up where we are, in some of the humps and bumps.
Now, that's not a bad shot, and the reason why I say that, you see the lie, thick, heavy rough, just to forge that one out and get it on the green. Good going.
Nope, that was never going to climb that hill, and he has left himself a tester coming up from about 8 feet. Okay, a bogey here at the 15th, and he'll fall back to 5 under. Frank, the 16th hole, famous for the principal's nose, and I can't help but think of Mrs. Hartman from 4th grade.
Well, I don't know
She
how
didn't like us.
I don't know how Mrs. Hartman would have played this hole, but she would have been wary of the out of bounds on the right. And that's why the general consensus is you not only avoid the principal's nose, but you hit the tee shot a little bit further left. It might lengthen the hole, but it is certainly the more prudent strategy.
Good chance to get one in close from here. This is second. That is absolutely fine. See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. That a pure roll there. That is down for a birdie here at 16. Frank, this is sort of bizarre. You're standing on the tee at the road hole, one of the most famous par fours in the sport, and you're aiming for a hotel?
Well, you're aiming over a series of letters that say the Old Course Hotel. If you can hit it exactly over that U, then you will be in the right place, which hopefully is down the middle of the fairway. You avoid that heather on the left. That bunker up ahead, the road hole bunker, you remember David Duval? He got stuck in there. Years ago, Tommy Nakajima, he could hardly ever get that ball out, and in the end succumbed, I think, to double figures. So the hole has more than one way to trap you, so stay away from the road on the road hole.
Anything on the green would be a good result from here as he readies his second out of the sand.
Well, that was a tough shot coming out of the fairway bunker, so really, all in all, that's an excellent approach.
Chance now for another birdie. Yes, some good playing here toward the end of the round. Birdies at 16 and 17. And he's going to surge into the lead here on day one with only the 18th left to play. Well, when you stick your tee into the hallowed grounds here on the 18th at the Old Course at St. Andrews, Frank, you know you're playing a piece of history.
And a chance, too, to finish it off in style, because this par 4 is reachable. A lot of people will aim at the clock tower, which is on the R&A building in the distance. That's a little left of this green. If you feel a little brave and you want to make a hero of yourself, just aim a little further right, exactly where the green is. Avoid the valley of sin, and you might just have a wee dram at the end of the day.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it off. What a shot. Now, to possibly finish this round in grand style, a long look for eagle. Oh, wonderful effort right there. That was tracking much of the way, and it'll leave a short one for birdie. Okay, what a run here down the stretch. Birdies at 16, 17, and now here at 18. So day one in the books, and what a day it was for our featured golfer, leading by a stroke here on this Thursday.
I remember the great Hale Irwin.
EA Sports, in conjunction with the R&A, present the final major championship of the year. Today, live second round coverage of the Open. Well, if we see more of what we witnessed yesterday, we're in for a heck of a battle these next 3 days as we show you the current leaderboard here on this Friday. Our leader on this Friday is our featured golfer. He's on top by 1 entering play. Round 2 of the Open Championship at St. Andrews, and Frank, as we well know, this course can change dramatically depending on the day. Be curious, how do you handle this sort of discrepancy in tee times from Thursday to Friday.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Rich. That's what a lot of people don't realize. You can have like what we call early, which is like 6:30 off, first off in the morning, and then you get about 11 o'clock tee off time the next day. Or conversely, you can be just before 11 and then tee off at 4 o'clock. You would think that's the worst possible draw. But sometimes the wind just abates in the afternoon, and you can get very, very lucky with almost no wind for 4 or 5 hours. And that is the key, especially at a golf course like St Andrews.
This one measures out. Oh, how about that for a little early round confidence? That is in for par here at the first, and this will remain a one-shot advantage. Well, here you get a real taste of what the Old Course will be all about. The double greens, the 411-yard par 4 second, the ideal spot. You want to be just to the right. There's so many famous bunkers here, but this one is well known. It's called Chief's Bunker. This up the right side off the tee. No damage done after missing the first fairway, but he should like this one a little bit better here at number 2. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second for this par 4. Okay, on the putting surface, but work to do from there. A birdie try on the second green, and with that, we welcome 4-time winner on the PGA Tour, Notah Begay.
From my vantage point, I don't see a whole lot of break. He should have a good run at this one.
Oh, yes, a brilliant roll there. It's birdie here at number 2. And coming off a 64 in yesterday's round 1, he'll move to 1 under here today. On the tee box here at the third now, Frank, all these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in a kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the Old Course?
No, well, you can. This hole, the third hole, even shorter than the second, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the third and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
Yeah, not quite enough pace, but that's pretty good. Okay, that one finished off for a par. And this will stay a one-shot lead. Frank, the challenge begins to intensify here at the fourth.
Yeah, a bit risky if you try and hit it down the right side. Just about every player I've seen over the years has sort of aired a little bit to the left. That's a safer tee shot. But it does set up a very daunting second.
Solid, good drive in the fairway. So from a little more than 70 yards, this is second. Okay, not particularly close, but a chance for the putter to do its thing. Oh, my goodness, that is not fair at all. What a putt from that distance. That did everything but go in the hole. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4, and it'll stay at -9. Chance here at the par 5 fifth, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The fifth hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course sheet. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind. That's an absolute bomb off the tee. And more importantly, right in the middle.
Now a big spot here for something good. This is a short second to the par 5. Got every bit of that, threw it all the way there and got it to stop. Home in 2 on the par 5. Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. Nicely played. It's a birdie at the 5th. And he gets it to 2 under for his round. 11 under now for the tournament. You gotta love the names of the bunkers here, don't you? They tell you all you need to know. Those coffin bunkers, you hit it in there, you're dead. Now to the 374-yard par 4 6th, another scoring opportunity.
Yeah, just be very careful of the wind conditions here, because that'll affect the strategy off the tee. But bunkers left and right to be avoided.
This one's starting a little bit right.
That had to be in the rough the whole way. One more bounce back on the fairway.
So after the fortunate kick, his second to the par 4.
That ball was waving at the hole as it whizzed past.
Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
And this one might need a little bit extra encouragement, Rich, to make it up this slope, but all in all, not too difficult a putt.
Needed a touch more speed, and that would have gone in. Safely in for par here at the 6th, and the lead's going to remain 2. Now, 7th hole here at the Old Course, Frank.
Ideal line, just hit your tee shot over the March stone. The bunker on the 11th green actually often comes into play, called the shell bunker. So anything a little bit right of that, but very difficult green for the approach shot coming up. I know it's a big golf course. There's a lot of fairways. It's not the one we were trying to hit.
The big drive got him here. Now a short one for his second. Eight feet now for birdie. Yes, runs that one right in. It's a birdie here at the 7th. And he'll move to 11 under par. The 8th hole at 166 yards is not long, but you can see it has that bunker guarding the front of the green. If you do not clear that, you're in a world of trouble. I mean, this is a clinic in how to play the game. Just keep everything hole high, give yourself a look for birdie, and that's what he'll have coming up. Now, that's a good opportunity, unfulfilled. That one finished off. It's in for par. And he's going to hold on to that 3-shot lead. We finish our front nine here at St. Andrews with the drivable 347-yard par 4 ninth. Biggest trouble here are Bose's and end hole bunkers in the middle of the fairway. Avoid those, and birdie or even eagle is a possibility. Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. So after the big drive, this, a short approach to the par 4. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Okay, good putt there for his par here at the 9th. And that's going to be a 3 under 33 on this front side. As we begin the backside here at St. Andrews, you can really feel the history. This hole named in honor of the legendary Bobby Jones, who won the 1927 Open and the 1930 Amateur. Obviously, 1930 was his Grand Slam year. Retired, by the way, at the age of 28. And then founded and built with Alister MacKenzie Augusta National. So a little bit of history lesson as you play this 340-yard par 4 10th. Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. Well done there. It's a birdie to kick off the back nine. And he's now the leader by 4 here on this Friday. Challenging 174-yard par 3 11th has been called the shortest par 5 in golf. The Hill and Strath are the archetypal greenside bunkers where good scores go to die. Yeah, not quite enough on that one. It's going to take this slope and come back off the front of the green. Maybe a spot for the lob wedge, a second to the par 3.
One of the hardest things in golf is to turn 3 shots into 2. And with that beautiful use of the flop shot, it's a good chance, really, to get up and down.
Okay, well done. It is a par here at 11, and he'll remain 4 clear of the field. Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St. Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St. Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right, and also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway.
This one starting a little bit left.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but it is long.
It is in the rough, but it appears to be a pretty good lie. Should have a go at this. His second now at the 12th.
This is why so many players today favour distance. Good tee shot down there, nice and close to the green. Even though it's coming out of the rough, excellent chance for a birdie.
Okay, that'll help the cause. It's a birdie here at number 12. And he has now moved 5 clear of the field here in round 2. Moving on now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers. The first one is called Nicks, and then the other two up ahead, once again, they're called the Coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left centre, you will actually have a full view of this green. Left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Gotta think this an extra half club or more as he sets for his second into the wind. That's well played, and now a good look at birdie. Now this for another birdie. Oh, yes. Plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie. And the lead swells to 6 here on this Friday. We come now to the longest hole in the golf course, though it is a relatively short par 5 at 530 yards. This the 14th. Out of bounds wall on the right. Most players are aiming left to the landing area known as Elysian Fields.
While there's good bounces, there's bad bounces. That was a good one.
Frank, there's a perfect example of the difference in the way the game is played in Scotland and the way it's played in the United States. In the U.S., in the air, you fly the ball to the whole location. Here, you play that baby right on the ground. That was well done.
Yeah, the biggest problem is when is the ball going to stop? And that's what you have to judge.
Yeah, he would have liked that to fall, but he needed to gun it just a little more. Easy does it there. It's a birdie at 14. And he's just continuing to pour it on here on this Friday. Arriving now at St. Andrews' infamous road hole, often considered the most difficult par 4 in golf. Tee shot has to fly the railway sheds and the grounds of the Old Course Hotel, landing on a narrow fairway beyond. Good break got him here, now his second to the par 4.
I'm not quite sure that strike, whether they got it all, but ball's just come up a little shy. Outside chance for a birdie.
Oh, yes, a perfect putt there. It is in for birdie here at 15. And he continues to just build up a massive lead for the weekend. Headed for home now, partner. The 16th hole, and what are we looking at here?
Well, you have to avoid the principal's nose. Otherwise, you're going to finish up in the principal's office.
From well down the fairway, this a bit of a tricky distance for his second. Okay, not too bad there. Chance now for another birdie. Oh, that took a look. I thought it might catch that right edge, but it didn't get there. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Frank, this really is an amazing hole, the road hole, 17 at the old course.
Yeah, the biggest problem really is the tee shot right in front of you. How brave are you? How much can you take it over the corner of that clubhouse? So you'll see a sign in front of you, the old course hotel. Ideally, you want to take it over the U in course, and that should find the center of the fairway. You go a little further right of that, and you better hit it long.
That one up the right side. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. This is where club selection is so important. Second shot into that stiff breeze.
Maybe a little too pumped up there. That just flew past the flag, but still an outside chance for a birdie.
No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And he'll remain well in control of this tournament. Frank, this is really one of the coolest spots in the whole sport. When you tee off at 18, it's as if the entire town of St. Andrews is peering in and looking at you.
Yeah, you've started by the town at the little starter's box, and then you've sort of gone all the way out. Now you're all the way on the back end, and it's almost like your job's been completed. But really, in the game of golf, you're just starting.
Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. So the great tee shot left him here. Now his second from relatively close range. Yep, played that nicely. That'll work out just fine. Now this for another birdie. Disappointing. So a bit of a letdown here at 18, but it is a par. And this will be a second round score of 64. That is very well done. Well, it's a tournament full of storylines, but our featured golfer here on top of that famous yellow leaderboard after 36 holes at this Open Championship.
Claret Jug.
This is EA Sports coverage of PGA Tour golf, today from the Desert Southwest and Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, and partner, you and I have called a lot of rounds of golf through the years. I know there's always something that piques your interest. How about today?
Rich, every day brings you a chance to do something special. And when we get to sit in this perch, that's what I look for. And I don't want to see the head going down. I want to see that every single shot is a chance to do something special. That could be a chip. Maybe the chip goes in. Maybe it's a 30-footer that goes in. Maybe a drive gets rifled down the fairway. Do something special.
Let's pick up the action here as we begin at the long par 5 first. Definitely within range of getting home in two. This, his second.
And that second shot looked so promising while it was in the air. It looked like it could have been close on this par 5 and 2, but instead, the slope of this green has taken it off the front.
Oh boy, that definitely took a look, but that was a perfectly weighted putt, nearly an eagle. Well, that's just how you picture it in your head when you're out on the range, right? 3 good shots set him up, and he brushes that one in for birdie at the first. Moving on to the 445-yard par 4 second, severe dogleg left. Aggressive players hitting driver to the left of the visible fairway. Less aggressive players will play to the right, but be careful long there and your ball can be lost in the desert moonscape. That's a big lash. He might be able to cover this. And that is into the bunker. So birdie at the first, but he'll be hard-pressed, Frank, to make birdie from there, I would think.
Yeah, it's not out of the question, though, Rich. You know, with a good second shot, he should still be able to get this on the green.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Oh, yes, he gauged that one perfectly. Another birdie here at 2, and a 2-under start to the round. Now to one of the toughest par 3s you're going to find at 227 yards. Just reaching the green is an accomplishment here. It's a full 90 yards uphill from the black tees to the putting surface. Now from below the green, a second up to this par 3.
Wow, just a little higher or a little harder. Either one of the two would have been so much closer. Well, it's starting to feel like the Titanic right now, and this round can sink in a hurry.
And that will scoot on by and leave a lengthy putt there for his double.
But too lengthy, in my opinion. You've got to stop that ball closer to the hole.
Didn't go your way. It happens in golf, so just pick up and move on. This is a good hole here at Wolf Creek, the 4th, par 4 at 383 yards with a pretty severe dogleg to the right. And And that one gonna be into the bunker off the tee. Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump.
I love it when one of the hardest shots in golf look easy. That's how good that shot was.
Nah, that one's going to go begging. It misses right. Frustration there. Disappointment there. He'll brush it in, and that'll be just a par. So, Frank, another round